Now I always wondered when PvE got released if PvE would affect the normal PvP Tarkov servers. Now initially, I didn't think many people would move, and honestly I don't even know a statistic to how many people actually moved. And although I'm still able to get some forms of PvP, it's only about 3 months into wipe, and honestly the PvP that we're getting feels like it's about 8 months into wipe. I also thought I was tweaking, but does the game look different? I don't know, maybe I haven't played in too long that I just forgot what the game looks like, but well, I mean that looks normal. Maybe I'm just tweaking, cause up here, nah, that don't look right. And I'm getting FPS drops. Lovely game. I had SSR turned off in the settings, which actually made labs a lot darker. Sadly, this was something I didn't figure out until the end of this adventure, so we're gonna have to suffer with slightly darker labs. Back to the PvE thing, PvE got released in May of 2024. This was during the last wipe, but also about 5 months into wipe, last wipe. 2 months longer into wipe than this wipe is currently long, I guess you could say. Yet this wipe feels like it's been going on for longer. That's in terms of how populated these lobbies are though, and to do with the weird shift in playstyle this wipe has had on the Tarkov player base. See, PvE has obviously taken a lot of the casual players away from the PvP Tarkov servers. Because when a casual player has to deal with something like this, oh, there's no way. Bro, what are these guys running, bro? I mean, fair enough, bro. They're just having fun. Let them do their thing. I bet I'm gonna get shot from the end here, though. I just don't trust it. Oh, he has a Mosin. Bro, nice. Well, there goes half of my supply of good ammo, so nice. Whether these guys were trying to complete a task or not, I think it's just a lose-lose situation on both ends. I don't feel satisfied killing them, as I got practically nothing. With the kit they had a very little chance of actually winning against me. It was only a matter of time until I get chatted on by the sweats of Tarkov, who are just simply better than me. Though as you've probably noticed so far, Labs isn't specifically dead. I mean, I'm still getting myself some pretty decent PvP. But this right here is exactly what I think PvE has done to the PvP player base, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. I don't know where I'm getting shot from. He's just better. See, that player basically won that fight before the fight even started. He was basically 2 steps ahead of me, and the only way for me to win that fight was to basically just sit in a dark corner and pray that I would be able to give him back shots. Which is exactly what I did this time. So what does this all have to do with PvE? Well, as I said earlier, the only people who are really going to move to PvE are probably the casual players. The ones who can't dedicate 50 or so hours a week into normal PvP. And then you have the people who hate the wipe cycle of Tarkov, though I think these are also the same part of people who can't dedicate 50 or so hours a week into Tarkov. But you also have the people who can do all that but just get destroyed by chads on the normal game. I'm somewhat a part of this group. I'm not the best player, but I'm also not the worst. Though I also enjoy competition, and without PvP, there's practically no competition. Sure, you could say an AI PMC is competition, but killing an AI PMC is just nowhere near the same as a real, actual player. And with more and more casual players moving over to PvE after getting destroyed on PvP, that leaves PvP with a higher saturation of chads to casual players, making it increasingly harder to survive. I don't even want to think about that. That's so sad. 1 hit count in 31 bullets. And then comes the raids where you just can't find a raid. And that's fine, you know. I mean, the normal Tarkov queue times are already extremely long, like 6-7 minutes, sometimes 4 if you're lucky. But 20 is crazy. It's fine though, another 10 minutes of queuing and we were finally back in labs. No players to be seen or heard, but we did find raiders. And if anyone has ever fought raiders before, you know exactly how that goes. Straight back to my stash for another 20 minutes of queuing. Yet again, another reason to move to PvE, where there's practically no queue times. I think the reason last wipe didn't have such an impact on the PvP player base when PvE got released was simply because PvE got released 5 months into wipe when players already had their PvP accounts kind of leveled up. When wipe hit in August, there was probably a huge amount of people who couldn't be asked to reset, so just committed to a PvE account where it doesn't wipe. Then again, I could be wrong, I don't have any statistics to back this, so what I'm saying could just be complete waffle. Though I do strongly believe that Tarkov is more saturated with chads since PvE released. That's just gonna end up with an endless cycle of the casuals getting smoked and moving over to PvE, which is going to leave PvP with less casuals and more sweats, making it harder for the casuals, sending more over to PvE, and that's an endless cycle. And if you haven't realized what's going on in this raid yet, I'm about to get railed by Killer. But Interchange wasn't completely dead. We were able to get some PvP, and even though that PvP wasn't anything crazy, it was PvP at the end of the day. So as much as you're not going to really be getting any more full lobbies this time of wipe, you're still going to be getting your fair share of PvP, just not those 7-kill lobby wipes that we're used to early wipe. But at the same time, is it still worth your time investment dedicating about 20 minutes for only maybe 2 kills? That's something PvE obviously solves, and if you don't have a lot of time to play the game, then technically PvE would be better for a short burst of fun. There's definitely a lot more factors that go into what affects a Tarkov player base in the specific wipe. And although PvE definitely had some sort of impact, this wipe is kind of just dead in general. There's been no crazy event. Sure, there was that zombie event, but honestly that probably killed the player base more than it helped it. And I mean, that's about it. They did add some nice quality of life features for your stash and flea market and that. But I mean, that's not going to keep people playing the game. And actually about 3-4 days ago from the recording of this video, they did release an update. I don't know what they added, but what I do know is that I lost about 30% of my FPS. How the hell they managed to do this, I have no idea, but BSG is BSG. As of right now, it's only getting harder and harder for the casuals to survive. And me being level 38 with all level 3 traders, I'd say I'm pretty much a casual. Obviously people are going to say that it's a skill issue, that people play PvE and that they should just get better to play PvP. As much as I agree, Tarkov PvP and Tarkov PvE are honestly completely different games. And the only way to keep myself playing Tarkov PvP without getting absolutely burnt out with these queue times and empty lobbies, we're gonna have to switch things up a bit and do something I haven't done in a long time. Loading into labs with a friend at 4 AM in the morning.
Alright, let's go.
See, when you're playing with friends, you can pretty much make fun out of anything, even those empty raids with nothing going on. Damn! I'm being money spreaded.
Your backpack big enough for anything?
Yeah, drop it. Yeah, I'm rich. That isn't saying that this was an infinite rule printer, because we still had our issues along the way, fighting PMCs who are simply better than us.
Enter. Enter.
And with Labs recently getting a buff to its loot table, playing on these dead servers, Blue Folder allows us to get a lot of high value items to sell for an insanely high amount of rubles. I also got to choose to run some unique guns. This was an 81 Ergo M700. Definitely not going to carry me in any fight, but it was definitely a challenge. That was extremely satisfying when it paid off. You said I couldn't kill anyone, huh? How do you feel now?
No, you didn't. Just don't fight with them with Because if you die now, it's
Well, I have some bad info for you.
I have no space for that. Jonas, take the rest.
I've been summoned.
You can take all the stuff from the back here.
Even though I practically got no kills, it was still really fun just messing around with this gun.
Lay down, Jonas, I'm coming.
Nah.
Lay down, lay down, lay down.
I'm standing. Oi. Oh, I'm gonna bust. And as usual, when playing with any friends on pretty much any game, you do a little trolling here and there. That's just how it goes.
Stop!
It's not to me. Bro, life without stamina is so sad. Well, I get strength. I can only walk. So sad.
Yeah.
I don't remember
bitch.
exactly.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna sell it. As usual, in labs we got our fair share of pretty sus players. Nice. Oh, okay.
look
Wow, crazy animations. The GPU? Yeah, okay. It killed me! So to sum things up,
Yeah,
I'm basically
like,
just
actually,
coping and finding other ways to have fun in PvP Tarkov, whilst PvE Tarkov sucks up the entire player base of PvP Tarkov.
Oh, stop! Jonas, you miss a big gun.